1. Cayana's comeback and individual betrayal. Background information from Episode 4. Cayana accomplished a bold mission in Zamboanga in the previous episode, City of Flowers Part 2, obtaining contemporary ammunition and freeing Tony from slavery. His wife, Kupuohi, became closer to his half-brother, Namake, as a result of his absence, straining their relationship. Development of Episode 5, a crucial moment that could change the balance of power in the ongoing unification battles occurs when Cayana, Jason Momoa, brings the ammunition back to the Hawaiian Islands. However, learning that Kupuohi has moved on with Namake deals him a devastating personal blow. It is anticipated that sequences showing Cayana meeting Kupuohi, Namake, or both will center on this betrayal as a major emotional conflict. Because the series focuses on real Hawaiian interpersonal relationships, the tension could show up as a fiery argument or as a quiet, culturally nuanced moment. The Loyalty Challenge. Cayana is required to take part in a perilous contest known as the Race of the Gods, in order to reclaim his position on Kamehameha's council. Although the specifics of this incident are not entirely revealed, it is said to be a high-stakes challenge that puts his physical strength, devotion, and willpower to the test. This might entail a Hawaiian-style ritualistic challenge, such as a race, battle, or endurance test with spiritual or mythological overtones. This is a crucial dramatic moment since the result will decide whether Cayana gets trust again or experiences more isolation. 2. The growing rebellion of Kiwa. Context from Episode 4, after learning that their father, King Kalaniopuu, had given Kamehameha the title of God of War without consulting Kiwa, Kiwa vowed war on his cousin. His determination to question Kamehameha's authority was strengthened by this betrayal. Development of Episode 5. As Kiwa rallies his supporters for a military assault, the antagonism between him and Kamehameha grows more intense. Anticipate sequences of strategic preparation, perhaps showcasing Kiwa organizing warriors or engaging in negotiations with other chiefs to bolster his authority. As suggested in the synopsis, Kiwa sends a message. The episode might include early skirmishes or a major act of resistance, like Kiwa sending Kamehameha a provocative message. With political intrigue and the possibility of civil war at the forefront, this subplot will highlight the internal conflicts endangering Kamehameha's ambition of a united Hawaii. 3. The strategic move of King Kahikili. Context from Episode 4. After learning of King Kalaniopeu's passing, King Kahikili, a formidable adversary from Maui, made the decision to attack Hawaii in an attempt to take advantage of the island's instability. Episode 5 Development. Kahikili prepares his army for a massive attack by taking advantage of Cayana's reappearance and the arrival of contemporary ammunition. Scenes of military buildup are anticipated in the episode, with Kahikili's men preparing for a bloody battle. Cayana's ammunition adds a new dimension of devastating power, posing ethical and practical questions regarding its application in conventional Hawaiian combat. With a cliffhanger moment hinting at an impending war that might alter the island's power balances, this outside threat is sure to increase the drama in the episode. 4. Kahumanu's silent opposition. Episode 4 Context. In an indication of her increasing power, Kamehameha's Queen Kahumanu demonstrated her independence by telling him to follow his own instincts rather than seeking supernatural direction. Development in Episode 5. Kahumanu's role keeps changing as she quietly questions conventional wisdom. She might become more involved in Kamehameha's military or political plans, which could have an impact on choices regarding how to deal with Kahikili's danger or Kiwa's uprising. Kahumanu is seen in a recent X-preview battling the realities of her forced marriage, indicating a private moment of introspection that may connect to her larger storyline of claiming agency. By striking a balance between her allegiance to Kamehameha and her personal goals, her actions in this episode might set the stage for her to play a key role in the unification drive. 5. Cultural and cinematic components. Visual spectacle, with sweeping views of the Hawaiian scenery, dramatic action scenes, and in-depth descriptions of cultural customs, the episode is anticipated to uphold the series' renowned reputation for breathtaking cinematography. The series' dedication to indigenous realism enhances The Race of the Gods, which is probably a visually arresting set piece that may feature traditional Hawaiian ceremonies, warfare, or a ceremonial race. Cultural authenticity. the show's primarily Polynesian cast and use of the Hawaiian language, Alolo Hawaii, keep the plot rooted in cultural reality. The difficulties Cayana encounters can have spiritual or mythological components, including allusions to Hawaiian deities or ancestors' customs, which would support the indigenous viewpoint of the story. Episode 5 is said to have achieved a mix between intense action, such as the competition and war preparations, and deep, character-driven conversation. Tense council meetings, emotional altercations, and strategic planning moments are probably going to be important scenes, all of which are interwoven with the larger story of power and treachery. 6. Thematic emphasis. Betrayal and loyalty. The greater betrayals within the Hawaiian kingdoms, such Kiwa's insurrection, are comparable to Cayana's personal betrayal by Kupuohi and Namake. As people negotiate strained alliances and relationships, the episode examines the price of devotion on both a personal and political level. Modernity versus tradition. The advent of contemporary munitions challenges traditional Hawaiian warfare and values and symbolizes the creeping influence of foreign forces. Characters will probably argue about how to maintain their culture while adjusting to the new circumstances as a result of this theme. Power and sacrifice. Whether it is Cayana's personal suffering, Kamehameha's weight as a leader, or Kahumanu's handling of her position, the race of the gods, and the impending conflicts highlight the sacrifices necessary for unity and leadership. 7. Important expected events. A crucial sequence will probably feature Cayana addressing Kupuohi and or Namake about their relationship, balancing traditional reserve with emotional intensity. This can cause a rift that affects his council judgments. The race of the gods. The title challenge is anticipated to be a high-octane scene that highlights Cayana's tenacity and the action choreography of the series. It may involve physical difficulties, such as a race across rough terrain, a fighting ritual, or a leadership test. Kiwa's message. Kiwa may set up a dramatic escalation in their fight by sending Kamehameha a symbolic deed, a direct challenge, or a military action. Kahikili's war preparations. The tension will be raised to a climax, which is likely to conclude on a cliffhanger, by scenes of Kahikili's army preparing for combat and the clever use of Cayana's munitions. Influence of Kahumanu. Her role could be redefined at a pivotal point when she counsels Kamehameha or takes a daring step, emphasizing her as a strategic thinker in the unification endeavor.